here. We are live
Yes, sir.
at 4 Horsemen Studios for the
Money in the Bank Show.
I'm Andre Gordon at Directed by Dre.
And I'm John Roca at The Roca Says.
Roca,
Yes.
I want to start off by apologizing.
What?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this rarely happens. I'm writing this down on the calendar here. What are you apologizing for, Mr. Gordon?
I am apologizing
Yes.
for my feelings and my thoughts.
On?
Wade Barrett.
Yes!
Wade Barrett surprised me. Sheamus surprised me.
Really?
Wade Barrett and Sheamus' match, a main event, was off.
Wasn't that a fantastic?
the charts.
That was a fantastic match.
Listen, Sheamus, I thought was, kind of this mid-card guy who they dropped back from the main event title picture, which they have. He hasn't had a world title
that's
run
true.
in a while.
That's true.
And Sheamus he's a good wrestler.
Yeah.
But Barrett, I felt like they've been pushing, but he's very stale character-wise. So what they did,
I don't agree with that. But
what they did,
Yeah.
by putting them together,
Yeah.
those two together,
Yeah.
I feel like works much better than what they have going on in the triple threat match.
I would agree with you. I would agree with you absolutely. I won't agree with you that Barrett is one note, whatever you just said. Barrett he's been on my radar, and I spoke about him on the last show.
He did.
That guy is fantastic. I know what I'm talking about. Watching wrestling for years, I know what I'm talking about. And the crowd knew what we were talking about because the crowd started chanting, "This is awesome," which rarely happens now during matches. And they did it right in the middle of that match, and that shows you right there how fantastic that match actually was.
Well, I think it was a fantastic match, not completely in part to Wade Barrett. I think a lot of the credit goes to Sheamus.
Well, yeah, okay, fine.
I mean, Sheamus really sold that match.
Oh, yeah.
And
There
the
were a
way
lot
that
of
Sheamus was
pinfalls.
taking those hits, those close calls.
Yep, the great selling of each other's moves. I thought their chemistry was fantastic.
He really was good.
Yeah, Barrett is they're wasting Barrett's time with Fandango and with Miz because those guys cannot hang with him.
But he's got to
like
work
Sheamus.
the mic skills, man. He's missing the mic skills.
A little bit. I don't agree that he's 100%. He's not Curtis Axel. Or some other, these guys who fumble on the mic and aren't that great, or what's Lesnar. He's got something to say. I like what he's doing. He's finding himself. He's been on the mic for years since he came on with the leader of Nexus, so he's got experience. He may not be your cup of tea on the
just
mic,
bland.
but I don't mind it.
It's not dynamic.
Well, fair enough.
Look what the Miz has done with limited wrestling experience from when he got to the WWE.
That's true.
Because he was on the mic.
People love
and
him
he was
on the
good.
mic. People love him on
He's
the
getting
mic.
pushed, and I actually think the Miz is going to end up feuding with Fandango. If Fandango doesn't win the title, which I think he will, I think the Miz and Fandango are going to be dropped out of that triple threat match.
Yeah.
And I do think that Sheamus and Barrett are going to go on a feud because they have a nice brawling style.
Yeah,
that's complements each
fantastic. Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. And the thing with Miz, dude, it's greatest, one of the best intro musics,
You're right.
intro themes going on today. But I'm gonna tell you about the Miz real quick. The Miz belongs behind the announcer's table. Enough is enough already. I just think the crowd doesn't gravitate to him anymore. They've given him all these shots. And
Not
they
as
took
a
the time.
face.
Yeah, not as a face. I agree.
And we're going to face out of here. We'll be right back.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Money in the Bank show. We are going to move on to one of Andre's favorite segments now, the Jericho versus CM Punk match that's coming up on the Payback pay-per-view. And this week on Raw, okay, we've got straight edge going on to my right. This
Best
week on
in the
Raw,
world.
This week on Raw, we had Jericho with a contract signing with Paul Heyman. I thought CM Punk was going to show up, and he didn't show up. They actually showed his face on one of the promos, and then when they showed the promo again coming up, his face was gone. So I was like, why tease us like that? But take it away. What do you think?
And I think that what they're doing is actually smart. We touched on this a few weeks ago, how they're going back to the 80s and 90s style.
True.
They're allowing us to want to see CM Punk. They're not bringing him back right away. They're not rushing the storyline.
Right.
So imagine the pop. Now, I don't think they should wait until the pay-per-view to bring him back.
No.
I think he's got to come back at least 1 week before.
Right.
I think if he comes back on the pay-per-view, then they've missed a window of opportunity to get us drawn in.
Right.
Because if we see Punk,
Yeah.
then we're definitely going to buy that pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to get the pay-per-view.
Well, yeah, we're going to get it. Yeah,
But
I'm sure they want.
everyone
A bunch of
else.
people to get it, right.
Exactly.
And then they're building, and you see that they're building the momentum. They're building the anticipation,
Yes.
the desire to have
Yes.
Punk show up.
Yes.
I mean, I think that's why they had the promo with his face, and then the next promo, no face. And it was
face.
like I was so frustrated. 'Cause but then I realized they probably did that because Stephanie was coming back after a year of not being on Raw,
Which was crazy.
Which was crazy. So they weren't going to blow the wad fully and have CM Punk back again too, because that's just too much. They wouldn't have had that come
You can't have
as a B.
Stephanie and Vince.
Right, yeah,
and
right.
Shane,
Exactly.
and CM
That
Punk.
whole thing. So that makes sense. What did you think of the contract signing? The whole back and forth between Jericho and Heyman.
Listen, I think that Heyman is one of the best guys all time on the mic.
On the mic.
He can control a situation.
Yes.
The pace and the methodical nature in which he talks to these people,
Yeah, and he
while
makes you
including the crowd.
Yeah, and it makes you hate him.
He makes you want to, the little walrus. No, listen, I think it was great. Now,
Yeah.
I didn't like the way that it ended with Jericho saying, like, I'll tell you where the contract belongs and trying to stuff.
Right.
I thought that was kind of weak.
Yeah,
I thought a
I agree
code
with
breaker
that.
was coming or something.
Yeah.
But it was a bit of a letdown. But look, here's what I like about what they're doing with Paul Heyman. Mm-hmm. They're bringing back stables.
Yeah. Yes. You can see that.
The Shield, the Paul Heyman guys.
Heyman guys,
what
right.
they're doing with Paul Heyman reminds me of what they did with Bobby Heenan.
Right. Old school Bobby
And the
Heenan.
family.
Right.
I love it. Now, are you down with this whole family type of stable with... Now, I know you don't like Curtis Axel in it, which I don't either.
Oh, my God. Curtis Axel. I don't even know where to begin with that boring guy. Yeah, no good. I do like the stable, though. I like what's happening. I like what they're creating. And Heyman is the perfect guy to create a stable. I mean, he ran an organization. He ran the ECW.
Yeah.
How can he not run a stable with some guys?
But they're
missing
Lesnar
one
and
more
Punk,
guy. They're
and they
missing
have
one
Axel.
more.
You're
They're
right.
missing one more guy.
One key guy.
Right. I think it's going to be Ryback. That's my move.
Need us
More!
after the break.
Hi, I'm the TA, and this is This Week in Professional Wrestling History. Teach us, Professor.
In 2002, Billy Gunn and Chuck Palumbo defeated Rishiki and Rico for the World Heavyweight Tag Team Championships in the WWF. This was their second reign as title holders. Also in 2002, NWA TNA announced the signing of the dog-faced gremlin himself, Rick Steiner, for their first ever pay-per-view event. And now for the Professor's Pick. I know this might seem like a weird one, but you're gonna have to bear with me. In 1986, Kerry Von Erich, while wrestling for World Class Championship Wrestling, as the modern-day Warrior, was involved in a near-fatal motorcycle accident. Eventually, Kerry did recover from the accident and returned to professional wrestling. In fact, he wrestled for the WWF as the Texas Tornado, and he even beat Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect himself, at SummerSlam 1990 to win the Intercontinental Championship. But it wasn't until his untimely death in 1993 that his family revealed that due to complications of the motorcycle accident, Kerry had to have his right foot amputated, and that he had been wrestling for nearly a decade on a prosthetic right foot. He hid this fact from fellow wrestlers by showering with his boots on. And it wasn't until 2009 that Kerry and the rest of the Von Erich family were inducted to the WWE Hall of Fame.
Class dismissed.
We are back.
Yes, we are.
And we are watching the elevation and the ascension of a superstar.
Yes, we are.
Now, we thought that we had the superstar figured out when he was the world champion.
Yes.
And he lost in like 18 seconds?
Yes.
But Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan.
I'm not a nugget.
No, I'm not a nugget. I'm not the weak link.
They're bringing it back.
They are, brother, bringing it back.
What do you think about this Daniel Bryan, the whole push they're giving him now?
Brother, I don't think I have the words fully to tell you how much I'm enjoying what they're doing with him. He stole both shows.
Yes, he
That's
did.
5 hours of programming. He stole 5 hours of programming on these last two shows. He is amazing. What they're doing with him, where he's going that extra little bit as a superstar, as a wrestler, they're allowing him to really express himself fully and individually, and you see the ferocity with which he does these things. I'm just like, this is amazing, this little guy.
This little guy he's got the beard,
Yes.
the world's toughest vegan, and he is flying all over the ring.
He is.
And not only that, here's what I know. When you know a guy's about to get a push, look at their body.
Yeah.
Look at the body, look at the body, look at the body, look at the body. He's getting chiseled.
He is. You can see that.
It made Channel Mac fall down.
Oh my God.
He's getting in better shape.
Oh, yeah, he is.
He's leaning up because he's about to get a major push.
Yeah.
His push is coming so hard that Orton is benefiting from it.
Oh, yeah.
And Kane is still hanging on. But if Kane was not involved with this tag team, he would be out.
Oh,
That's how powerful
absolutely.
Daniel Bryan
Absolutely.
is right now.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I agree. And the thing is, his moves, what is going on?
This guy.
He fought twice on Raw. Twice! Those were not quick matches. Those were long matches.
Again, once against Ryback.
Oh my God, that was a great match.
Yeah,
usually when you see the little guy versus the big guy, like I never thought Rey Mysterio fighting bigger guys.
No.
Never, not once. But Daniel Bryan is so strong with his moves and he's so powerful that you buy that he could cripple Ryback. You buy that he could unsettle Ryback.
Yeah.
And so you go into that suspension of disbelief, which is wrestling, and you enjoy the match.
And he started that match with a strong promo.
Yeah.
He
Oh
cut
my
a
God, he
promo
did.
backstage to Ryback and he said, I am not the weak link. And he freaked out.
Yes.
And he used the same intensity that he's using in the ring and said, underestimate me. Watch what happens. And now, not only are they doing yes,
That's
you know
right.
what they're doing now? Hell yes.
Oh, really?
Hell yes.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
And JBL's been doing hell yes. And I'm saying it right here. Oh, Daniel Bryan, hell yes. Give that guy the strap, please.
Yeah, and I think what's great, what they're doing with him is people already loved him. People already loved him because they loved him as a wrestler. But the fact that he's the little guy fighting against these huge giants that have now taken over the WWE and all the championships, it makes the audience want to love him even more.
And John, you are not the weak link. We'll be right back.
Damn right. All right, welcome back to this week's Money in the Bank show. We are moving on. We are moving on now to talk about that large mammal, Ryback, and his demolition of Kofi Kingston.
Oh boy.
Tell me what you thought watching that happen, my friend.
Okay, he put him through the first table and I was like, ouch, okay, good. The match is over.
Yeah.
Then the crowd started chanting one more time.
One more time.
So he put
One
him through
more
another
time.
one. Right? That's twice.
This is not a blood sport.
And I
one
thought, okay,
more
we're
time.
done. All right, good. Then they did it again.
Then
One more
he did
time.
it again.
3 tables. You're gonna kill him.
You're gonna kill him.
Stop the damn match. You're gonna kill him. With God as my witness, I'm broken in half. And now Kofi's out.
Yeah.
Because of it.
For how long?
4 to 6 weeks.
My gosh.
2 months he's gonna be out.
Which happens to coincide with the fact that there really is no room for him right now in the WWE. So it works.
Right.
It works.
It definitely does
Who
work.
knows if the injury is real? We all know how this works.
Yes.
But
No.
it looked,
It-
if you're going to go out, that's very believable.
I'll tell you what, he actually is injured with an elbow injury.
Oh, you know this.
Yes, his
Okay.
right elbow is injured. It was
Okay.
something that was bothering him before.
Okay.
It was exasperated
Well, you heard it
by
here.
the match.
Right.
So Ryback has caught a little heat backstage for
Really?
being stiff enough
Oh.
to, kind of the Ultimate Warrior thing, the Goldberg thing.
Yeah.
He hurt him.
The Dudley Ray thing.
The Dudley Ray thing.
Which we'll talk
talk
about later. But yeah, he fights stiff. You can see that in the Daniel Bryan match. There was a clothesline that he hit Bryan with, that Bryan was just coming off the corner, and you saw Bryan's reaction when he hit the
Yes.
ground. He was like, whoa. Yeah, that's no joke. That guy is huge.
Yeah.
So you hear that sometimes about wrestlers, that they fight stiff,
Yeah.
and it really hurts. Hulk Hogan is legendary for saying that Andre the Giant
he
fought
would
stiff,
throw up.
and then he would throw up
You
on the
told
way
me
to the
that.
arena, because he was so afraid of how hard he was going to be hit by Andre. And Ryback obviously is no different. He's a huge, huge mammal.
Well, speaking of a huge mammal,
Yes.
The Predator, the silverback Mark Henry,
Yeah.
is also injured.
Really?
That's a legitimate injury. A herniated disc and he pulled his groin.
Right.
And the groin has been bothering him. Now, here's the thing.
Yeah.
They were getting set to give Mark Henry a big push.
Really?
They were going to give a big push, him versus Big E Langston, and they were going to turn Mark Henry back to the sexual chocolate character.
What?
I know.
That would have been awesome.
I know. Now, Mark Henry.
What an opportunity lost.
Mark Henry decided
Yeah.
he was going to take some time off. He did not require surgery.
Right.
So right now there's a feud behind the scenes between the WWE and Mark Henry because I feel like he should not have taken time off unless he needed surgery. They're saying that he copped out and is not thinking about the show first.
Wow, that's tough. That's tough, because as an athlete, you want to take care of yourself. And these are athletes. You
Yes.
want to take care of yourself. You don't want an organization to push you and break you. And the WWE is known for breaking wrestlers.
And he's 42.
He's 42, for God's sake.
And that's the bell.
We're out.
What you want?
The moment has come. We've arrived.
Yes.
Where TNA
What?
has cracked
What?
through
No.
And I watched the pay-per-view, John.
You did.
I watched the pay-per-view.
Yes.
I'm at a loss for words. They surprised me.
Right.
Now, here's my assessment of the TNA pay-per-view. Number one, TNA, you need to have a trademark signature pay-per-view. Something that is equal to WrestleMania. I don't know what your main draw is. Is it Slammiversary?
Is it Bound for Glory?
Yeah, what is it?
What is it? Right.
So
what is your WrestleMania?
we don't know what your WrestleMania is, so I don't know what's happening.
Right.
Number two, the bottom half of your card, I'm sorry, the top half of your card, the opening of your card is weak.
Yeah.
The wrestlers are actually good.
Yes. Can't argue that.
But the product, as far as storyline and how they're incorporating it, is not good.
Now, which ones are you referencing? Which wrestlers specifically are you referencing?
There are new wrestlers that I don't even know.
Oh, really? Well, you're just getting back
I'm
to
just
watching.
getting back into it because they lost me for a while.
Let's be fair. Yeah, we're
Yes.
just getting
No,
back
but,
into it.
yeah, that's true.
They lost both of us for a
They
long
did.
time, and we love wrestling. That's why we're doing the damn show.
That's true.
And to lose us, you know, they had to go pretty far, especially because we are huge Hulk Hogan fans.
Oh God,
massive Hulk Hogan
It's
fans.
huge. Now, and listen, the X division that they have, the X division is their strongest thing, and they had a last knockout standing match.
Yes.
which was great.
Listen, those knockouts blow away the WWE.
The Divas have no shot.
A few episodes ago, I had a rant about the fact that WWE should fix the Divas division. And you look at the TNA Knockouts division, and they are phenomenal.
yes.
They are fantastic. Those women can effing wrestle.
Now, let me tell you where this thing went over the top as far as thumbs up from Dre. Sting versus Bubba Ray. I thought it was going to be Bully Ray.
Yeah.
Sorry. I thought that was going to be a terrible match. Two guys in their upper
From
and
the 90s.
From the 90s.
Who were good in the 90s.
It was a no disqualification match.
Right.
They were pulling parts of the ring back. The way the match ended, if Sting lost this match, he would never get a title shot again.
Ever.
To win his 16th title to tie Ric Flair.
Oh, my God.
The way the match ended is Mr. Anderson came out, gave Bully Ray a hammer. Sting jumped off the top rope, and they didn't pull the shot back. Bully Ray hit him in the head with a hammer off the top rope.
What?
And dropped him like a sack of bricks and covered him. The place went crazy.
Yeah.
And the match before that was Kurt Angle versus AJ Styles.
That's
two of the
two
top
awesome
wrestlers
wrestlers.
in the game.
Yep.
Now this match again stole the show. I'm telling you that the last two matches, their main event matches, were WWE quality with the Attitude Era.
That's a
now
statement.
they need to fix the top part of their show.
Yeah, I agree.
Signature-ize what they're gonna do as their brand. What is their WrestleMania?
Yeah.
And TNA. Ooh, they could be back.
They got a lot of great young wrestlers from what I saw. I watched for the first time last week the show. I can't wait to see what they do. All right, welcome back to the Money in the Bank show. We are now into the lightning round segment. Our producer is going to throw us topics, and we will talk about each topic for 45 seconds. Abby, go!
The McMahons.
Ooh, the McMahons. Well. Stephanie and Vince are back.
Oh my goodness!
What did you think,
John?
Damon?
I was in the bathroom. And I heard them announce that Stephanie McMahon was coming back. I ran out with my pants around my ankles, and I was like, Stephanie's back, and I pulled him up, and I was like, what's happening? And then no chance hit.
No chance.
And then Vince showed up.
That was awesome. And they turned on the crowd for
my
wanting
gosh.
Triple H to fight. And then Vince actually said, it's not a blood sport. I'm sorry, what? The man who came up with Hell in a Cell, cage matches, and the Iron Man match where Austin was bleeding profusely from his head.
Out
and
of
you're
his
gonna tell
face.
me that's a blood sport? It's not a blood sport? Come
Do you
on.
think that they're going to be back every week and actually he's going to be healed?
Yes,
if
absolutely.
they come back
With
and
the
they
Triple
go
H.
heel.
Greatest announcing tandems of all time.
Okay,
all right.
Bobby Heenan and
Gorilla Monsoon?
Gorilla Monsoon.
Yeah.
That's
that
number
can't
one?
be. That's number one. Absolutely. Number one.
Okay. And what about Vince and Jerry Lawler?
That was interesting.
That was
For a
interesting.
little while there, was it the late 80s, early 90s, they were the back and forth, weren't they?
Okay, now Jim Ross and Lawler
Ross and Lawler.
versus Heenan and Monsoon.
No. Ooh, shoot. I would have to say that they're two. Ross and Lawler are one.
Yes.
I have to say Ross and Lawler are one.
Ross and Lawler
They've
are
carried
one.
us through so many amazing matches.
Stop the damn match!
I agree. Puppies! I love it.
El Rio.
Alberto Del Rio.
I'm actually getting kind of bored with what they're doing with him and Big E.
I'm so heartbroken to agree with you.
It's terrible.
Enough already.
They were pushing. It was going so well.
5 matches.
I got it. Him versus Big E. Every time he's going to put him in the armbar, he's going to pick him up and he's going to be like, I'm so strong, and he's going to slam him down. I got it.
They're both established. We've established Big E. Let's move the F on. We've
Yeah,
established it.
it's
Del
not
Rio's
working.
great. Yeah, I know. They're wasting Del Rio. At least Sheamus is doing some of the mid-carders. Del Rio's doing nothing.
Nothing.
It's driving me
No,
nuts.
Big E's getting a push out of it, but I just don't think that it's going to really translate to anything
Yeah.
meaningful for either one of these guys.
Yeah, I agree with you.
While it's elevating.
Game 7.
Well,
3:05 till I die.
I will let Dre take this one.
Miami, my hometown, Game 7. Everyone was writing us off.
Yeah.
People were saying that Indiana's going to take it. People were calling Wade ancient and decrepit and that his knees weren't going to work. And we showed up and we went, pa-pa! We slapped Indiana right back to where they belong.
It was pretty amazing. It was a great Game 7. LeBron totally brought it. And Wade pulled one out of the old closet, dusted it off his game, and showed up like crazy.
And I think that Wade is going to have a strength advantage over San Antonio.
Oh, yeah.
And this is the first time since I've been watching Michael Jordan that I've seen that LeBron is approaching that.
Who wins?
I'm going to say the Heat win in 6.
Heat and 6. Agreed. Thanks for watching. That's the lightning round. Moving on to the next segment. We'll be
Lightning.
We'll be right back.
All right, I'm Dre.
And I'm John.
And we are here for the Move of the Week. One of the classic matches in the WWE is the Falls Count Anywhere match.
Yep.
I love it because we got the garbage cans going, the wind is blowing, it's crazy, it's noisy.
And anything can happen.
Anything.
Yeah.
All right, so we got here.
Hoodie guy.
And Matt Practice. Okay, let's see if Matt Practice can finally get a win. The move this week is the test of strength. Okay, here we go. Johnny, ring the bell.
What you? Ding, 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 and go. Now what you want to do with the test of strength, Dre, is?
They interlock the fingers and they try and get leverage. Who's gonna fall? Who's gonna give up? Oh, right now, Hoodie Man's got the upper hand. Here comes Matt Practice.
What you're trying to do is to get your opponent to submit or to tap through the test of strength.
Is he
See it
gonna-
often in the match. Oh, ooh, Hoodie guy with a nice move there. And oh,
He tapped out.
he tapped out the
That's
winner.
it.
Hoodie guy taking it in a landslide.
You win. And that is the move of the week.
week.
I like this Falls Count Anywhere.
Guys, we should get it.
All right, we are here for one of our favorite segments, the Glass Ceiling. Wrestler of the Week. All right, John.
Yeah.
My Glass Ceiling performers of the week are the entire WWE Tag Team Division.
What?
Where are you guys? Right now, I'm telling you, I'm going to start a campaign on this show to bring back the old school tag team wrestling from WWE. We have the Usos, we have the Titus O'Neil and Young. Millions of dollars, millions of dollars, millions of dollars. Where is the Killer Bees? Where are the Demolitions? Where are the Road Warriors? I want
my God.
good tag team wrestling back. Not two guys that you're putting together to give the strap to give them a push. Actually synchronized tag teams. I want it back, and I want it now. The campaign starts here, and it starts with me, Glass Ceiling, WWE Tag Team. John, what do you got?
My Glass Ceiling wrestler of the week is my man, the Apex Predator, Randy Orton. Brother, you are killing it. You have been killing it these last few weeks. Going nuts, going back to old school Randy Orton with the punting of the head. You're energizing the crowd. They go nuts when you do your moves. You have recaptured the imagination and the love of the crowds. I saw it at SmackDown. I saw it at Raw. Every time he did the spin and slamming the fists onto the mat, people went crazy.
Yes, it
and
was good.
I did as well. I shot out of my couch a number of times, cheering him on, because I just love the way Orton has come around and grown as a wrestler. I used to hate him.
I loved him.
Yes, you did. You did. Good credit to you, absolutely. And I love him now. Love him to death. Love old school Orton. I want him punting everybody this side of the Mississippi and everybody on the other side of the Mississippi as well. And Vince is back, so Vince is going to get punted into the stratosphere, and I can't wait till it happens, man. I love this guy. Punt. Give him the strap.
Good.
Give him the strap. All right. Welcome back. Ray, what do we got going on now?
We are doing the Direct View and the Broken Ranch segment where we talk directly to a specific superstar in the world of world wrestling or entertainment or any wrestling entertainment.
Any Wrestling Federation, right. Am I taking it this time?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So my thing this week, the Roca rant, is about JBL.
Oh.
Yes, and I know I'm risking a clothesline from hell. But JBL, I get that you have to carry the WWE banner behind the mic and you have to fall on the sword and protect the shield. But some of the things that you're saying are out of control. If I quote you correctly, you have said that the Shield has taken out every top star in the roster in their first year. I don't think you say that about any group that's come along in their debut first year in the business. Hello, the NWO! What are you talking about? Every good stable that has come along has taken out the top stars. That's how they established themselves in the first year. What are you talking about? And then you had the nerve to say on SmackDown that you thought that Kane was the best big man of all time. I'm sorry. Andre the Giant ever come into your mind at some point?
Andre.
What are you talking about? Andre the Giant would have taken Kane, crumpled him up like a piece of paper, and tossed him over his shoulder. He was the best big man of all time, and there's never been a doubt about that. JBL, clean it up. I love you. I love you. You do so great on these other things, like when you called Sandow a hairy Chris Angel. Hilarious. You can do great stuff. Stop falling on the sword. Stop protecting the shield. Do better. I love you. That's the Roga Rant.
All right, I'm Andre Gordon. I'm doing the direct to you. It's for my Twitter, directed by Dre. Now, my direct to you is directly to the TNA Knockout Division Tag Team Champions.
What?
The Knockout Division Tag Team Champions are ODB and Eric Young.
What? Wait, what?
TNA
It's a man?
TNA is brilliant. They have a man.
It's a man?
Tag team with a woman.
Oh my gosh.
For the women's tag team championship of the world.
Brilliant.
And I'm looking here. They've had the titles since March 8th of last year.
What?
They have a year reign approaching of a woman and a man holding the straps. And Eric Young has always been brilliant.
Yeah.
The way that he works the crowd as he's marching through, doing his little Mr. Peabody thing in the air.
Oh my God, it's so funny.
And teamed up with OBD. I saw a little bit of the pay-per-view. It's still going strong.
Yeah.
It's still working. Again, TNA, you have some great stuff. Just get the game up a little bit and you're going to be able to contend. Do it right and you'll be in the game. That was directly to you, TNA. Me and this guy, directly to you. And that is our show.
That is our show.
John?
Yeah.
I want to tell our listeners, you and I have a big thing to break for everybody.
Yes, please.
For the next 3 weeks, here, live, Four Horsemen Studios, we're doing a 3-part series on the former heavyweight champion of the world, who will be our guest, Edge.
You think you know him.
You don't. Now, one of the things that we're going to talk about, and you're going to have to tune in to find out, is Edge coming back to the WWE or to another sport? We'll find out next week. Right here from Four Horsemen Studios for the Money in the Bank Show.
Let's get out of here.